And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas Johnson, back with another episode of this MLB Show 22 Custom League. And we are going to hop into a player lock scenario with Andrew McCutchen here. At 36 years old, he just recently hit a huge milestone, 2,000 career hits in the last game that he played in. But he is right on the marker of another major career milestone here in this game. 299 career homers for Andrew McCutchen. He's batting .246 with a .320 on base, 12 home runs, 33 RBIs this season. Overall, a pretty decent year being put together by McCutchen, as he signed a 2-year contract, I believe, at least 1 or 2 year contract with the Kansas City Monarchs, who right now one of the better teams in baseball. 38-25 is their record, 13 games above 500. They're here facing the Charlotte Pilots, who haven't had an amazing start to the year, but they have won one of 2 games in this series from Kansas City. But the focus is on McCutchen here, who, a guy, a future Hall of Famer, going to be in the majors probably for only a few more years. His time in the bigs is coming to an end. He's kind of at the tail end of his career. And there's Zach Gallen, and there are his numbers. And I know the last time we looked at Zach Gallen and his stats, they were not very good. He's actually been on fire recently and has had a lot better starts as of late. But he gives up a base hit and a triple and a base hit on 2 RBIs in the top of the second inning, though, as there is McCutchen up again. 764 OPS for him on the season. Again, those are pretty decent numbers for a guy that's batting lower in the lineup. And Charlotte 27-35 on the year. That misses outside for ball 1. Count is 2-2 to McCutchen here. Austin Gomber, the pitcher. And that is a swing and a drive deep to left field. And it's gone. Andrew McCutchen wastes no time. There is number 300 for McCutchen. Monarchs on the board, 2-1 in the second inning, and 300 career homers for Andrew McCutchen the day after he gets 2,000 hits. Congratulations to McCutchen there, a monster milestone for him, future Hall of Famer, and that's a big swing, and 300 long balls, super crazy and awesome milestone that he just got right there. And it's a 3-2 game now, as we move on to the bottom of the 5th inning. He does that at home. He gets the record, and he gets 300 at home in front of the home crowd. That's a great feeling as well, I would bet, as Gomber now losing hold of McCutchen here. The count is 3-2 to him right now, and the pitch is a 4-seamer that misses down below the knees. And yeah, McCutchen in that last at-bat just saw an off-speed pitch and had perfect swing timing on it, absolutely crushed it. And now Austin Nola is at the plate with McCutchen at first base after the walk. 77 speed, which is actually fairly fast for him, for how old he is at 36. And laying down a bunt is Austin Nola, and he's actually going to be safe as the bunt pulls. There's a throw there from the catcher, pulls the first baseman Harrison off the bag, and now there's 2 on. That's an interesting move to bunt there for Nola, but that's a double play. It is. Unfortunately there, ground ball to third base, and a double play started by the Pilots. Violet Jr. grounds into that, and so now McCutchen is at third base here, but there's 2 down in the inning for Trent Grisham, who batting to only .245, OPS below 700 for him. He's not a full-time starter here in the outfield, I don't think, for this team, but here he is, and this is a big at-bat, and it's a ground ball right over to third base, though, and an easy throw over to get the outs. Clint Frazier, I believe, is the third baseman on this team, and he will end this 5th inning. So, a walk and a hit, and McCutchen getting on, but not able to come around to score at all. And now we move on to the bottom of the 7th, as that fastball just barely clips the bottom of the strike zone, apparently. And here's a 1-2, and that's a 4-seamer right at the knees for strike 3. McCutchen got down on strikes looking. That was a really good pitch by Austin Garber right there on the corner. I mean, that's almost a perfect fastball on that pitch right there. So now, still a one-run game. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning now. A walk of Nemo and Alvarez, and Max Muncy comes through. A 2 RBI double. Then Tyler LaStella drives Muncy home with a double. Kansas City now is on in front. And hey, we're up 3-5. McCutchen up again in the 8th, but he swings late at that cutter for strike 3. Luis Cessa gets out of the 8th inning there, but Kansas City damage done. They now have the lead. Cole McHugh out on the mound, and 19 innings for him at under 2 ERA, and he shuts the door in the top of the 9th to get another save. And the Monarchs get another win. Their 39th win of this season here. 14 games now above 500 for them. And yeah, 3-5 victory. 22nd save of the year for McHugh, who is one of the best closers in baseball right now. He's pitching that well to begin this season. And you know, I knew that Kansas City had a chance to be one of the better teams in the league going into this season, but they are outplaying even my expectations that I had for them this year. They have been just awesome, and I think their pitching has been fantastic, and their offense has been, you know, good enough to supplement their pitching staff right now. Their bullpen has been good. Trevor Lonick 3 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs, another RBI by KJ Harrison there. Austin Garber, a pretty good game for him actually. 7 innings, 3 hits, only 2 runs, 2 walks, only 1 strikeout, which was a strikeout on McCutchen. But yeah, he pitched pretty decently well there. But McCutchen, the guy that we wanted to focus on, 1 for 3 on the day with a walk, 2 RBIs for him there. Had that 2-run home run. Actually, so I thought that was a solo shot. It was a 2-run home run that tied the game in the 2nd inning. I miscalled that one there. But 35 RBIs now for him. Muncy had a couple of big RBI double for him. 33 RBIs now on the season for him with 14 doubles. And he is, you know, batting .266 right now, hitting the ball very well. Zach Gallen, 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. But then the bullpen came in, shut the door down. Tim Bastar, 2 scoreless innings. Myers also 2 scoreless innings. And Cole McHugh, 1.83 ERA, 22nd save already in the year. So that's a big career milestone there for one of the better players, and you know, a guy that has a great legacy in Andrew McCutchen. And now we're gonna move to player locker and hop into this game here. John Gray is on the mound in this one, and you know, John Gray has been a pitcher in the majors for a while. This is his 8th full season in the majors. And, you know, his career numbers aren't that amazing, a 4.61 ERA right now for him, but he is 6 strikeouts away from 1,000 as he will take the mound here. So the Chinooks at 26 and 35, facing the Firebirds, who have been off to a pretty good start this year. They are 36 wins. Shohei Ohtani has been awesome so far this season. 16 homers, 49 RBIs, 954. OPS. 49 RBIs already is kind of ridiculous for him. We're still a couple weeks away from the All-Star break right now at this point in the season. And so here's Sean Gray to face Miles Straw, who's having an awesome start to the year, batting .311 right now. And the Portland Chinooks, they have struggled to start this year for sure. 26 and 35 on the season. They're still a team in rebuilding mode as I see it here. Zappo is going to drop in to right field for a single. Big season for Toronto. I've talked about this a couple of times whenever I have highlighted them, but you know, this is a year they need to, I think, for them to have any chance of getting Shohei back for any more seasons after this one, they got to make the playoffs this year. There's Nico Horner, 5th in the voting for All-Star voting for shortstops right now, but he does have a below 700 OPS. Stolen base attempt right here, and a great throw by the catcher to gun down Straw at second base, trying to steal. That was a great play. I believe Logan O'Hoppe is the catcher here, as Kyle Lewis trying to stop that ball, dives but can't get it, and now going all the way up to third base and getting there safely is Nico Horner. And, man, now you really kick yourself for trying to steal the base earlier, because that would have been an RBI for Nico Hoerner if you didn't... Well, maybe I wouldn't have dove to try and catch the ball if there was a runner on base. You know, you don't ever know, but at least you would have had 2 runners on base instead of only 1. Now Shohei Ohtani is at the plate. He's going to immediately hit a fly ball deep to right field, and Tyler Naquin going to throw it back into the infield, but not a real good shot at getting Nico Hoerner, and that's going to be an RBI for Shohei. Number 50 for him on the season. There, that sacrifice fly, and now it's Jesse Winker. 242 average for him this year, and that's a swing and a miss on a great changeup there on the outside corner of the plate for Gray. And a big strikeout to end the top of the first inning. 1-0 Toronto. So we go top 2 here. Pete Alonso was at the dish. Only batting .216 right now. 12 home runs, 36 RBIs. His OPS isn't terrible, but he's not getting on base that often right now. Not getting on base a lot. He's going to swing and miss at the high fastball right there for strike number 3 and out number 1.
The third baseman.
Here this second inning, and yeah, I mean, nothing you're going to be able to do with that pitch high and way inside like that. Great location by John Gray there to get his second strikeout of the game, as that is a strike to Candelario. 10 home runs, 28 RBIs for him, only 248 average. He was hitting the ball a lot better last season for Toronto at this point in the year, but the year still is quite long, and we still have quite a lot left in this season. That's a swing and a miss. John Gray gets another K here. Now Candelario late on that off-speed pitch for the third strike. We're stuck out the first 2 batters he's faced here in this second inning, and here now is Eddie Rosario. Takes a slider down below the knees, and Eddie Rosario, this has been a good trade for Toronto. 307 batting average, 882 OPS, 11 homers, 32 RBIs. He's having an excellent season right now, and glad that Toronto traded for him before this season began, as he's not getting anything to hit in this at bat. That pitch misses way below the knees as well, so now the count is just 3-0, and honestly, you got the catcher sitting on deck. I wasn't going to try and risk anything here, not going to try and groove something for Rosario to hit, and so he ends up just walking. And now here's Christian Vasquez, 259 average for him this year. That's a line drive right to Anderson Tejada, catching it at second base for the out. So, a couple of strikeouts in that frame, and working around the walk there is John Gray. Now, man on first base here, as that ball is flown into the outfield here. That one is down, and going to third is the other runner, and now going up to second base, and a double for Miles Straw, 16th of the year already. Well, here now is Nico Hoerner, second and third, and nobody out. That's a swing and a miss. Slider down at the knees. Beautiful pitch by John Gray. Monster out number 1 in this inning right here. Starts him off with a couple of fastballs. Finishes the at-bat with a couple of sliders, and 4 strikeouts on the day for John Gray. Now Shohei Ohtani with another RBI opportunity. He's going to once again fly it over to Naquin. This might be a little bit of a tougher challenge, and they're not actually going to try and tag up the runner for third base. Ends up being probably the right decision, because Naquin made threw an absolute dart to home plate right there. So Shohei doesn't hit it quite far enough, and now there's 2 outs in the inning, and now you're in danger of not scoring anything here in this frame. So now it's Jesse Winker, and he's going to ground it over to Bichette, who's got it, and over to first base in time for the out. And beautiful job by John Gray right there to work around the traffic. Second and third, nobody out. Toronto does not score. Here we are now, top of the 4th. Here's Pete Alonso up again. And he is going to swing and miss again. A slider there. Great pitch for strike 3. Like how John Gray's off-speed stuff is working. And now it's Hammer Candelario. And that's a 4-seamer there on the corner for strike 3. That's the 6th of the game for John Gray, and that is number 1,000 for him in his career. Thought that the game would give me a cooler animation there after that happened, but it doesn't apparently give you any real interesting animation after you get to 1,000 strikeouts, or maybe the game just missed it there. I don't know why. I mean, it seems to me it would be an easy thing to put in, you know, a milestone, a kind of a celebration for getting to 1,000 strikeouts. Doesn't seem like it should be that hard to do in the code in this game, but you can't even tell. That was 1,000 strikeouts. Now 1,001 for John Gray here as he gets Vasquez to look foolish. As his off-speed stuff has been working really well today overall. And now it's Biggie Singer, and he's going to swing and miss. Shouldn't be in the lineup, but there's something going on with Shohei Ohtani wherever I go into the game, unless he's actually unless he's pitching. Like, I had to replace him for another outfielder on the team to be able to have him in the lineup at all. And so I don't know what the issue is there. And when I say him, it doesn't matter. When I say him, you know, everything goes the way that it's supposed to with him. He gets the start even if he doesn't pitch. But, you know, hopefully next year when he signs a new contract, that kind of a glitch will be fixed. That's a catch right there in the outfield, as that'll end the top of the 5th inning. But another 7 strikeouts for John Gray here in 5 innings. He's pitching really well. Hasn't given up a run since the one he gave up in the 1st inning today. And now here's Nico Hoerner, 1 for 2 on the day. He's going to line that one down the line past the glove of Chapman, and it's into the outfield. Mieses gets the ball back into the infield here, and that's a double for Nico Hoerner. Triple earlier in the game, now a double here, 15th double of the year. And that's a man in scoring position right away in this inning with the big bat of Shohei Ohtani coming up. First pitch is a 4-seamer there below the knees. Shohei 0 for 1 on the day, 948 OPS, at 50 RBIs on the season for him. As here's the 1-1. It is a fly ball. Naquin is going to be there, makes the catch, and that will be the first out of the inning, and that's a big and important out to get with the hitter like that to show. So Shohei's thrown it over to Naquin all 3 times. He's been at the plate, and now it's Jesse Winker to the dish here. John Gray's got 70 pitches on the ledger now. This will be his 70th pitch here. And that's a line drive. That one's going to fall in to right field. Mieses picks it up, throw it into the infield, and that's going to be a run. As Jesse Winker coming through with an RBI base hit. Nico Hoerner scores, and Toronto takes a 2-0 lead. Solid base hit into left field right there by Jesse Winker. Now it's Pete Alonso, and he's going to swing and miss. Strikes out again for the 3rd time today. As now it's Hammer Candelario 0 for 2 on the night, and that's a little chopper right back to John Gray. He's got it. Throws it over to first. That'll end the inning, and that will probably end the night for John Gray. They might try and get him to pitch the 7th inning. We'll see. But Toronto does add another important run here in this game, and the Canucks offense has not shown up yet in this one at all. So we're in the 7th inning. They're trying to get John Gray to finish off this inning. He's already got the first out here at the top of the 7th. And now it's Christian Vasquez at the plate again here, and he's going to fly this one into right field, and that one's going to fall in front of Naquin down the line for a base hit. So 7th hit of the game for Toronto, as a good swing by Vasquez. And coming off the bench now is Luis Garcia. Not great in his sample size right now, below 600 OPS for him. But here's the first pitch, and it's a line drive, and he will come through. Comes through the base hit in the outfield, and from first to third, it attempts to go. Oh, the catcher, but they're gonna gun him down at third base. What a good throw and a relay there by the outfield as Mieses gets it into the cutoff man, and Bo Bichette, quick hands with that baseball, and they get Vasquez at third. That's a huge out right there, and that will be the end of the line for John Gray here. After that hit, they're gonna take him out of the game here, and I think that's probably fair to do that, but And 6.2, pretty solid innings. Only allows 2 runs, although the runner at first base is his. And it would be his run if it scores. But here's Luis Trevino coming out of the bullpen, and he's been incredible this year for Portland. He's only given up 1 run so far in 15.2 innings this season. And he trying to steal a second base, and getting thrown out is Candelario. As a good throw by the catcher. Oh, man, who is the catcher on this team? I cannot remember, but that is a big play right there, and that is the end of the inning. So, not sure about this decision. Why would you bring in Chris Davinsky in a 2-0 game? 6.17 ERA, a 3.40 average against righties this year. He has not been pitching well. Surely there should be somebody better than him in your bullpen to go to. But we'll see how this turns out. Toronto ahead by a couple of runs as that four-seamer misses to Meneses. And it's a base runner to begin this frame for Portland here. As Carson Kelly is this team's catcher, that is right. And Kelly has been pretty decent offensively for them this season. He's going to fly this one really shallow right field. Rosario can't get it. It's going to fall in the infield, and from first to third goes Meneses, and immediately Davinsky, again, this is just a bad decision by the CPU here to bring in Davinsky in this situation. First and third, nobody outs immediately. Anderson Tejada is at the plate. That slider gets in the strike zone for strike one. Tejada this season hasn't been great. Only a 230 average, a 641 OPS this season. But he's down 2 strikes, and it's a change-up swing and a miss for strike 3. That wasn't even a great 2-strike pitch by Davinsky, but just Anderson Tejada not able to get this one. Swings out in front of it. And so immediately after that disaster, we're going to go to the bullpen once again. They should have started this inning with Casey Sadler. I don't know why they didn't, but anyway, he's out in the bullpen now, but a big challenging situation for him. 720 innings for him, 1.7 ERA. First and third, only 1 man out for Val Contreras, who's going to swing and drive this one deep to left. Winker to the wall, and it's fair and gone. Val Contreras, game-changing swing. 3-run homer, and Portland takes the lead here in the 7th inning. 8th long ball this year for Val Contreras, and what a swing! One of the young stars on this Portland team. I really like Val Contreras as an offensive player for this team. He's going to be a fixture of their team, hopefully for a long time. And that's a swing and a drive from their superstar Bo Bichette into the gap here. And he's got himself an extra base hit. Casey Sadler, disastrous outing so far as Bo Bichette gets his 15th double of the year. Wow, so can Sadler at least just needs to get one more out here. Here's Matt Chapman at the plate. Ground ball over to Horner. He's got it. The throw to first base is going to be in time. Good scoop at first there in the dirt by Alonso, but damage done. Val Contreras, 3-run shot down the line, and the Portland Chinooks all of a sudden have a lead. So on we go now to the 8th, and Trevino is going to take this 8th inning here. Miles Straw leading off the frame. He is 2 for 3 on the day so far, and that's a little pop-up in the outfield there. There's just nobody over there to be able to get that ball. I mean, so you don't have to look all fancy sometimes. You don't have to hit it super well. That ball is just, it popped into the outfield there and right into the perfect spot. Speaking of popping it up, that is a brutal pop-up of a bunt attempt by Nico Horner. Out number 1 in the inning now. And, well, that is unfortunate. Couldn't lay it down now, and now it's Shohei Ohtani, so you want him to probably hit for himself here in this spot. 2-2 count to Shohei here. Biggest at-bat of the game so far, and Shohei grounds it over to Chapman, who starts a double play. Wow, Taylor made a double play on that grounder right to third base, and that's a huge 0 by Luis Trevino. to keep it at 3-2 as we go to the top of the ninth.
Leading off for the Fire.
Jesse Winker starts this inning off, and Giovanni Gallegos is coming out of the bullpen. 13 out of 15 for save opportunities, 18 innings, a 2 ERA exactly. One of the best closers in baseball so far. This is a tall task for Toronto here, but that's a fly ball. Naquin takes a step in and can't get it! It is over his glove, and stopping at second base, picking it up is the center fielder. Stopping at second base is Jesse Winker for his 8th double of the year. But that's how you start this inning off, is you get a base runner here. Now the go-ahead run walks up to the plate. Tyler Naquin just barely, trying to dive and get to that ball, and he just couldn't do it. So Victor Reyes will come on, and now is a pinch runner for Winker here, and Pete Alonso was at the plate. He is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today, and he takes a 4-seamer there on the corner for strike 1. Alonso only a 189 average this year with runners in scoring position. Obviously, that is not a good number for him. Series a 1-1 pitch to him. He's got a lot of power, though. He swings through a slider. Beautiful pitch by Gallegos there on the corner. Now the count moves here to 2-2. As Gallegos coming set. Here comes the pitch. It's a slider right over to Naquin. This one is much easier. Naquin settling under it, makes the catch for a huge out number 1 right there. So Alonso can't come through at all, and now Candelario is at the dish. He's 0 for 3 on the game. I wonder if he watched. Maybe I said the wrong person's name earlier in this game, but anyway, 0-2 pitch to Candelario. Here it's a 4-seamer, high fastball, gas, getting it right by Candelario here. He is waylaid on that. Can't catch up to it, and a monster strikeout. 2 down in the inning. Toronto down to their final strike. Or down to their final out, at least here. The 0-1 to Rosario, who's 0 for 2 on the day. And now they are down to their final strike. That one's on the corner. Rosario 196 average with runners in scoring position this year. Gallegos coming set here, and probably looking to go off speed. I would assume the 0-2. It's a slider! And it's a perfect pitch at the bottom corner of the zone for strike 3. And Gallegos locks up his 19th save, I believe, of the year. Another perfect inning for him. Yeah, actually only 14th save of the year, but John Gray gets the win in this one for a really good outing. And Val Contreras, the hero for the Portland Chinooks, with that 3-run homer in the 7th inning, and that was the key in this one. As there's another look at that swing and where that ball ended up going there in the outfield. And that double play was also huge, a huge play as well. But, man, Giovanni Gallegos had a great outing here in that 9th inning. A couple of big strikeouts. And we have 27 wins now for the Portland Chinooks here after this game. And, yeah, again, I'm surprised, and I wonder why this game doesn't just have animations, special animations for a guy getting to 1,000 strikeouts. I think it has a special animation for guys getting to, like, 2,000 or 3,000 strikeouts, because I'm pretty sure we pitched with Max Scherzer last year to get to him to 3,000 strikeouts, and I think it had an animation there. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not remembering correctly, but either way, it should have an animation for 1,000 career strikeouts, but it doesn't for some reason. Seems like something that could be a good quality of life change to franchise. Kind of shows you that they haven't, the MLB show just hasn't really touched franchise in a while, because that's not, I don't even think, like, in the newest games, that's a feature that happens. Maybe it does, but I don't know. John Gray, though, 6.2 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs for him, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. Really good performance there. The area lowered to 4.44. Then their bullpen for Portland came in clutch, did the rest there for them. Toronto, not a ton of offense. You got Miles Straw, 3 for 4 on the day with a double. Nico Horner had a double and a triple in this one. Ohtani had an RBI, and so did Winker there. But I do plan on getting the newest Only the Show game that's coming out this year, though. I can't transfer the save file of this game to that game, which I think is stupid. I don't know why they took that out. I don't know why they took that feature out, because I would like to play this custom league in the newest game, but I can't do it. It's not going to allow me to transfer the save files over. And so with that in mind, we're going to keep, this franchise, we're going to keep it on MLB The Show 22 until it's over. What I think I do plan on probably starting a new series on MLB The Show 25, a franchise rebuild type of deal like I did with the Marlins, but I actually stick with it and keep doing that because I kind of dropped the ball and didn't really do any Marlins franchise after a while. But I do want to probably do a franchise for MLB The Show 25 when that comes out. More information on what that team will be. I think I already have a team that I want to do for that series, but that will probably be coming out when that game comes out. But now focus back to this franchise here. Jared Eickhoff has been ridiculously good this season. 12 games started, 67 hits, 16 runs allowed this season, 65 strikeouts, a 1.73 ERA, and a 1.06 whip. He's had 12 starts this year, and he's had 10 quality starts this season. He only had 18 last year was quite a bit. He actually had a good season last year at the 3.59 ERA, but he's got a 1.8 WAR already. His K rate is slightly down from where it was last year, but his home run per 9 is ridiculously low. Right now, his FIP is at 3.4, really good. So Jared Eickhoff right now, one of the best pitchers in baseball. He's 9-0 this season. He is probably right now the favorite to win the Cy Young in the American League. At this point, he's 9-0. I think I already said that, but he's part of the catalyst of this team's success here in Mexico City, who is 35-28 going into this matchup here with the Vandals, who are just above 500 going into this game. 32-30, I think, was their record. But here's a look at Nolan Arenado. Not the guy we're highlighting in this one, but he does have 42 RBIs, 17 home runs, probably up there for third base All-Star voting right now, 926 OPS. This is a full game, so we'll see Anthony Descalfani come out onto the mound. And so far in 12 starts, 7-1 record, 3.17 ERA, 76 innings. Has a lot of 79 hits. Hasn't struck out a lot of guys. That's not really his strong suit. But he's been pitching really well. This is a good start to the season for Descalfani here this year. And so this is an intriguing early season pitching matchup here with two guys having great starts. And Jake Cronenworth absolutely killing that baseball right to the first baseman. And here's a look at this lineup for the Diablos. They're really good, I think, all-rounded lineup. You got Cronenworth, Benintendi, Tim Anderson, Yasmani Grandal, David Bodie, Josh Bell, Mike Moustakas is batting .303, Sal Frelick, and J.J. Bleday, who's hitting really well. Tim Anderson, 256 average, 6 home runs, 18 RBIs. It's not awful, but he is their number 3 hitter, and he was a lot better last year. So he does need to kind of pick it up a little bit, I think. And so I think that this lineup could be even better than it is, honestly, right now. You have some guys kind of underperforming, guys like Tim Anderson, even Jake Cronenworth, and even the first 2 hitters in this lineup, even Jake Cronenworth and Josh Bell, those guys, their averages are not very high right now. But you have some guys that are overperforming. I think J.J. Bleday is overperforming expectations, and so is Mike Moustakas right now. So that's kind of offsetting this team, but I do think their offense could be even better than it already is here, as Vancouver is at the plate, and Kyle Isbell is at the plate, and he pops this one up to second base. Cronenworth in their outfield grass takes care of it to make the catch. And let's take a look at this Vancouver lineup here. They got Kyle Isbell leading off, who's not hitting very well right now, but they got J.P. Crawford, Ketel Marte, Nolan Arenado, Austin Meadows, Anthony Rizzo, Benny Montgomery's batting .253 right now. Gabriel Moreno and Dylan Moore is at the tail end of this lineup. I like this lineup quite a bit. I think it's a very strong one. And here's Ketel Marte, 853 OPS for him. He's hitting the ball really well, getting on base quite a bit here, and he's having a good start to the year. That's a fly ball in the outfield, and it's caught and ran down right there by Sal Frelick in right field. And that'll end the inning. Vancouver made the playoffs last year. These two teams had to play game 163 to determine, who is going to end up being in that last walk. Or actually, no, the Vancouver Phantoms, they didn't technically make the playoffs because they played in a game 163 to determine who was going to be that last wildcard team, as that's a base hit by Grandal underneath the glove of Anthony Rizzo there at first base. So Vancouver has a team of playoff expectations, playoff hopes this season here, as their season has started out about what it started out last year. Oh, wham! And Anthony Desclafani overthrows Rizzo at first base on a little chopper in the infield. That's a big mistake and an error right there. So all of a sudden now it's second and third and nobody out for Josh Bell. An 832 average for him, or 832 OPS for him this season so far, 248 average, and now it's a 3-1 count to him with Moustakas looming on deck. So 3-1 to Bell, and that's a four-seam fastball high in the zone, ignoring the black screen there, but it's a walk, and the bases are now loaded for Mike Moustakas. What an incredible opportunity here to immediately take advantage. An 880 OPS for Mike Moustakas. He has been actually one of the best hitters on this team so far to start this season. Want to know that one is a ground ball, foul ball down the line. 70 hits, that's first on the team right now at the moment. 2-2, it's a ground ball. He's going to get 71. That's a base hit into left field, and that is 2 runs. David Bodie is safe. And Mexico City takes the lead here in the second inning, 2-0. Had a good swing on a pitch outside of the zone, I think, and at least on the corner there by Desclafani. Here's Sal Frelick now. Now, because of his lack of power, his OPS isn't that good, but I think overall he's been pretty decent. The average is about where I kind of thought it would be in this season here. That's a strike. Desclafani only 22 pitches in this frame. Doesn't have an out yet. As he misses again, 3-2. He already walked one batter in this inning, and he's got JJ Bleday, who's got 10 homers, 25 RBIs on deck. 3-2 pitch, and Frelick will hit this one, drive it well into right center field, and that one is still going back. It's off of the wall in center, and extra bases. 1 run scores, 2 runs will score. Josh Bell is in, as Sal Frelick connects with a RBI, 2 RBI double into the gap. Nearly a home run, almost left the yard, but he'll take 2 more RBIs here at a 4-0 lead now for Mexico City. This inning has gone out of hand for Desclafani. Here, 3-1. JJ Bleday is at the plate, and Desclafani walks him. So that's his second walk of the inning. In this inning, from bad to worse here, he still hasn't gotten out yet, and now the lineup will flip over for Jake Cronenworth, who lined out in his first at-bat. 1-1 to Cronenworth here. That's a swing and a drive deep to right field, and gone! Grand slam, Jake Cronenworth. A bomb, the 8th homer of the year for the leadoff hitter, and he blows the game open here in the second inning. It's 7-0 Mexico City. Wow, how about 7 runs right here without an out by Desclafani. Jake Cronenworth absolutely crushed that one, no doubter, to right field. 449 feet on the distance into the plants out there in right field. That was a long home run, and already a call to the bullpen. Desclafani cannot even get into the second inning in this one. Only 1 inning of work. And that ERA just went from like 3.17 to 3.6 or something like that after that start. That was pretty awful. And out comes the Jose Urena now out of the bullpen. It's early enough that you can maybe come back if you're Vancouver, but sheesh, a 7-run lead already is pretty hard to overcome. Jose Urena gets a strikeout here. He's got an ERA of just under 5 here. Not having an amazing season out of the bullpen, but what other choice do you got if you're Vancouver right now? As that's out number 2. So now there's 2 down in the inning. And here's Yasmani Grandal on a base with a hit in his first at-bat, and that's a swing and a drive to right field again. That one is down the line, and that is gone. Yasmani Grandal, second long ball in the inning, and another run comes across from Mexico City. 7th homer this season for Grandal, and it's 8-0 Diablos. Wow. I mean, Grandal, you know, talk about his struggles a little bit at the plate this year. He's batting just over 200 right now. His power has dropped off significantly. He set the record for most home runs in a season by a catcher last year with 53 of them. But I think this season his power has diminished a little bit. But man, that was an absolute bomb, and he can still hit a ball a long ways. How about an 8 spot by Mexico City there in that second inning? Only 5 runs also, but only 5 hits, but 8 runs. So quite the cushion now for Jared Eickhoff here to work with, and he gets a strikeout there. First one of the game to end at the second inning. And yeah, I think you're feeling pretty good. You're feeling pretty safe right now if you're Eickhoff here with an 8-run lead like this. So we go top 3. 2 men are on base here with nobody out for Urena. That's a ground ball in the infield, and that's 1 out there. There's no chance of getting a double play with Southfield speed. Going to first base. First and third. 1 man out for J.J. Bleday, who watches first time up. He is going to swing and miss at a sinker there below the knees. I should maybe move J.J. Bleday higher up in this lineup than batting last. But anyway, 0-2 pitch now to Bleday. Here's in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher, and Gabriel Moreno cannot recover in time. That is going to be another run. I think that's Josh Bell there scoring on a wild pitch from Urena, and it is now 9-0 Mexico City. So now there's 2 outs in the frame, and Jake Cronenworth is going to ground it over to short, and that is out number 3 in the 3rd inning. And this game just got just a little bit further out of reach for Vancouver. If they want to have any chance, they got to start scoring right now. So here's Dylan Moore getting his first at-bat of the game, and he swings and misses there at that slider. Beautiful pitch by Jared Eickhoff, and now we're just going to really be focused in on his start the rest of the way in this game. But his second K of the night. Here's Kyle Isbell. He's going to hit a ground ball over to second base. Cronenworth makes the easy play to end the 3rd inning. And, yeah, I mean, I like Mexico City. I think this is a better team even than they were last year. More improved on a couple ends and, you know, both ends, pitching and hitting. But if Jared Eickhoff can keep this up, they already got Brandon Woodruff as well, the ace of this staff, and this pitching staff was just okay last year. It's better this season right now. That's a swing and a miss. Eickhoff with his 3rd strikeout here in the last few innings, and he made Nolan Arenado look pretty silly right here in this plate appearance. Started off with a slider, then went all to 3 straight, or I think that was 3 or 4 straight fastballs. They were finished it off with another slider. And now Austin Meadows, a little tapper over to second base. Cronenworth goes the short way and gets out of the inning. So that's another 0. We're already in the bottom of the 5th now. Dylan Moore, it's a line drive, speared and caught by David Bodie at third base. And another 0 here for Eickhoff through 5 innings. Still 9-0. So the bottom 6, here's Kyle Isbell. 0 for 2 on the day. And yeah, 640 OPS isn't great for Kyle Isbell. I think it's probably about time I move him out of the leadoff spot on this team. So he's going to swing for that fastball there. And Eickhoff with only 60 pitches right now. He's doing really well in that department. Here's the 1-2 to him as Isbell is going to swing and miss. Slider below the knees. That was a brilliant pitch right there by Eickhoff. And that's his 4th K of the day. Now Austin Meadows at the plate. And he somehow makes contact with that 4-seamer, but pops it up in the air over to Cronenworth at second base. Makes the play there to end the inning. And, I mean, the way that Eickhoff is pitching right now, he's probably going to look to, you don't take him out of the game unless he really starts to fall apart here, and Mexico City added 2 more runs in quick manage. So now up 11-0 in this game, as that's a fly ball deep to left field at the wall. Bouncing off of it is Andrew Benintendi out there and left. Great play by him. And out number 2. That's the furthest that anybody's hit a ball against Jared Eickhoff yet in this game, and he is going to get Gabriel Moreno to swing and miss at that slider. I mean, he's got everything working right now. The off-speed pitches have been fantastic. He's not a speed guy. I mean, he's not going to really pump gas by it very much. His fastball, sits about 93, 94 miles an hour. But he does get a 4. His four-seam is actually less fast than that, but he hits another strikeout on it right here. And he was able to pump it by Kyle Isbell in this at-bat right there, late on that pitch. And now the 6th strikeout for Eickhoff tonight. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and 98th pitch of the game for Eickhoff is a ground ball over to second base, and another play made by Jake Cronenworth. And how about Jared Eickhoff, man? I mean, yeah, an 8-run cushion, you feel really comfortable, loaded, and locked in after that, and he is using that cushion to great advantage. He now tries to go for a complete game shutout here as he pops up the hitter here in foul territory. Catch is made by Josh Bell, and I believe that was Ketel Marte there who popped it up. And now there's 1 down. Eickhoff over 100 pitches. Here's Nolan Arenado at the dish, though. Nolan 1 for 3 on the day so far. One of only, I think, 3 or 4 hits allowed by Eickhoff tonight. That's a 4-seamer there at 87, high in the zone. Austin Meadows sitting on deck. Austin Meadows has been awesome so far to start this year, by the way. He's been at 327. So, here's a 3-2 pitch to Nolan, and it's on the corner for strike 3. Brilliant location right there by Eickhoff. That was fantastic. And now Austin Meadows, 1-1 count to him. That's a ground ball beating the shift put on by Mexico City, and it's going to get a double for Meadows here, 16th of the year already. And yeah, I didn't have any control over this. This is the CPU doing this here, but the CPU unfortunately takes Jared Eickhoff out of the game, 1 out shy of a shutout. I get it. He's at 111 pitches. But also, it's an 11-run game, and he only needs to get 1 more out. I think he could have gotten that out pretty easily there. But either way, they don't allow him to complete the 9-inning shutout here. But it's 13-0 actually, even worse than I thought. But Emilio Pagan just needs to get 1 out, and he does it in 2 pitches to end the game. And Mexico City, dominant performance, as dominant as you can be. Jared Eickhoff, again, I don't know why they didn't just let him finish the inning. That would have been, I mean, his stat line would have been even better. 9 innings full, but 8.2 with scoreless innings is still pretty darn good, and he proves to a perfect 10-0. I don't think I've ever seen a starting pitcher get out to a 10-0 start before, actually. So what he's doing right now is really, really impressive. And for the Mexico City offense, David Bodie, the only guy in this lineup to not get a hit. And only Josh Bell and J.J. Bleday had 1 hit only in this game. Everybody else had at least 2 of them. Jake Cronenworth had 3 of them and 4 RBIs with a grand slam. As Monty Grandal had 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Grandal had 3 hits actually, and 1 in an RBI. Anderson had 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Moustakas 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. Frelick 2 RBIs, 2 for 5 day for him. 7 walks in this game as well. That's a lot of walks. So you see the home run on the RBI totals for some of those players. But Jared Eickhoff, an excellent start for him. 8.2 innings, 5 hits, no walks, no runs, 7 strikeouts, and the ERA goes it was at 1.9, I think, going into this game. It lowers all the way down to 1.57. Then Emilio Pagan getting the out to end the game. So quite the game for him. Quite the season he's off to right now. As only 5 hits for Vancouver, and Austin Meadows had 2 of those 5 hits, including a double. Gabriel Moreno also had an extra base knock in this one as well. But yeah, you look at Vancouver, and I like their lineup. I think their lineup is good and probably good enough to get this team into a playoff spot. I just think that their bullpen and their pitching overall has been a little bit, it just been kind of up and down. They don't have a great ace on this team. So I think that's something that at the trade deadline they're going to look to improve on is their starting pitching. And Anthony Desclafani, 3.17 ERA going into the game, 3.82 ERA coming out of it. Only 1 inning and 6 runs given up. That's pretty brutal right there. Jose Urena had 2 runs. And they got 2 unearned runs in this game, actually. Alexander, 2 scoreless innings, but Hernandez and Conrad gave up 2 more runs, each of them, in that outing. So, really bad pitching night all around for that team there for Vancouver. And before we end this episode off here, we're going to go to Double-A, and we're going to highlight a Double-A starting pitcher here for this is the farm system of the Winnipeg Wizards here. And we're going to highlight some of these guys down, or at least a guy down here in Double-A. Steven Richardson, this guy is incredible. I don't remember where he was selected. I think he was a draft pick from last year for this team. I don't think he was their first selection of that draft, though. I think it was a 2nd or 3rd round pick, but either way, he's been unbelievable this season. A 1.32 ERA and a 1 WHIP at 8 quality starts in 11 games started this year. That is some insane numbers. Fernando Cruz, who they got in a trade last year. Man, I can't remember who they actually got rid of in that trade that they made, but I know they got him in a trade. I think it was they got him from Boston. But 70 innings for him at 3.18 ERA and a 1.37 WHIP. 8 quality starts for him, including a shutout. He's pitching pretty well also down there in the minors. He's only 18 years old. And here's Joe Vogelsang, who I believe, I'm fairly certain that he was their number 1 or their first round draft pick last year. This guy was. And he's a 61 overall, 8 potential, 19-year-old pitcher here. And so far, 10 starts for him, 62 innings, 51 hits, only 21 earned runs. He's only allowed 2 homers all year. It's really good. 40 strikeouts for him. So he's not a strikeout guy, but his numbers look really good. And I wanted to highlight him, and I wanted to show him off in a game. He's thrown 2 shutouts, a 1.5 WAR. Let's look at his stats. His home run per 9 is his lowest stat, but he's only allowed 2 home runs again, and everything else pretty even there. 64 hit per 9 is his best per 9 stat. And here we go. We're going to hop into this one here. A little bit of a pitcher lock scenario, or, at least we're going to highlight and focus on Joe Vogelsang for you in this one. Has allowed 51 hits in total, only 19 walks, so his walk rate has been pretty good, and 40 strikeouts overall in 62 innings, which is a lot for sure, but he's still pitching really well. Pedro Bautista leading off, and he was a draft pick from last year that has really struggled so far, only batting .207 as a leadoff hitter here in the minors, and he is going to fly that one out to right field for out number 1. Now it's Carson Tucker at the plate, 2-1 pitch to Tucker is a fly ball. That one is going to land, and he's going to bounce off the wall as Carson Tucker is going to make his way to second base. He has got a double here, one out in the first, 16th double of the year already. Number 3 hitter in this lineup is Dustin Fowler, and this team does have a couple other draft picks that we're going to showcase in this game as well. 866 OPS for Dustin Fowler so far this season. That's actually pretty good. His numbers are nice for him right now. And here's the 1-0, and it's a swing and a miss. Good fastball there at the bottom of the zone. 2 for 4, last game out there for Dustin Fowler here. And now the count is at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vogelsang coming set, and it's a ground ball right back up the middle, and oh my goodness, it hits Vogelsang. And Fowler is going to reach, but oh boy, that is not a good look, as Vogelsang apparently took a hit to the head there on that ground ball. He couldn't get out of the way of it, couldn't put his glove out in time, and they're going to have to take him out of the game. So that is brutal. Jared Schuster comes out of the bullpen. He's been really good, actually, here in Double-A in 58 innings so far. But that's it for Vogelsang. He is going to be out of the game. And fortunately, it looks like it's not going to be that bad of an injury. But this is what we wanted. We wanted to showcase him, and he's going to have to be taken out. Only gets 1 out in this game. But look at this. Comes up right to him, and... oof. Yeah, that is bad. It hit him. It hits him right in the forehead. I don't know if you actually caught the sound effect that the game made right there when that happened, but he got drilled right in the head with that ball, and he is down for the count on the ground there on the mound. That is unfortunate. So here's Nick Stedman, 316 average for him. He's been really good down here in Double-A, actually. And he's going to swing and miss, though, at a changeup to end the top of the first inning. I think Nick Stedman is going to be starting for... this is the Double-A team for the Seattle Raptors. I think Nick Stedman is going to be this team's catcher. He's the catcher in the major leagues next season for Seattle. He's already got... His sit stats are really good already, and his ratings are also pretty darn good. So now we're going to have to kind of have a change of plans going forward in this game. Zach Eickhoff is at the plate here. He is a prospect that we're going to highlight here. And we're just going to end up playing with these prospects, and we're just going to have these prospects hit for you in the rest of this episode. 268 average, 748 or 747 OPS for Robert Ross, who was one of the team's first round. He was their first round draft pick for the Rubber Ducks in their draft class, as he pops it up in foul territory there. And now here's Mason Wynn for Portland, and he's batting really well this season. 343 average so far this year, and he pops it up, as that one is a pop-up right to the catcher, and Stedman makes the play on that one to get the first out. So now Zach Eickhoff is back at the plate here in the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 to him, and that's a line drive. That ball was crushed. Change up, right down the middle there, and a good job taking advantage of it is Eickhoff. He gets on base there with that swing. And there's a replay of it. There's a StatCast right there, 110 exit velo. And luckily that, Vogelsang getting hit by that pitch, he didn't have, he wasn't hit by a line drive or something. It could have been a lot worse. It was a two-hopper right back to him. Now Nick Stedman is going to drive this ball into left field, for a base hit. So he's on first here for Robert Ross. Second at bat for him on the day, and he's going to line that one into right. That was a shot by Robert Ross there into the outfield for a base hit. And let's see this one here, as they might show us a StatCast of this one as well. They will. 114 exit velo there, even more exit velo than the hit by Eickhoff in the last inning. So we're in the bottom of the fourth here. It's still a scoreless game. Now there's 2 men on, though, with 1 man out. Ryan Rollinson pitching, and now he walks. Blair de la Rosa. Zach Collins comes through with a 2 RBI single, and Mason Wynn now at the plate. An RBI chance for him potentially here, and he's going to ground it over to shortstop, though, and that is exactly what you didn't want right there. A double play that ends the fourth. So Rollinson gets out of that inning, does allow a couple of runs, though, on a couple of hits, and we go to the 5th inning now, 2-0 game. Here's Pedro Bautista. He does have B potential. I think it's mid B potential there. And he does have really good contact ratings, as he's going to swing and fly this one into the outfield. It falls in between the right fielder and the center fielder and bounces over the wall. A ground rule double for Bautista. That's his 9th double of the year. So he does have potential. I'm intrigued by Bautista, intrigued to see what he can become and what he will do in this series here. But man, he's not had a good start to the year. That's a sac fly by Fowler. So it is a 2-1 game now, as we are in the bottom of the 5th. Zach Eickhoff back up to the plate. 273 average for him so far in this season. And he's 1 for 2 on the day. That curveball misses outside for ball 2. Not a very tempting pitch for Eickhoff, who works ahead of Rollinson here. And that's a ground ball. That one's right back up the middle and through into center for a base hit. It's only the 4th hit of the game for the Sea Dogs here. As now we're at the top of the 6th inning here. Robert Ross again for his 3rd at-bat of the game. 1 for 2 so far. The base hit last time up here. And now the count 2-2 to him. 2-2 pitch. Jared Schuster still pitching here as that's a fly ball into deep left center field. Ross sends the outfielders to the wall, and it's gone! Robert Ross, 2-run shot. 4th homer this year for him, and that is a monster swing here in the 6th inning as the Rubber Ducks take the lead with that swing. 427-foot blast by Robert Ross. That was a that should have been a no-doubter in my opinion. That would have been a home run in a lot of different ballparks right there. Huge swing. 2-2 tie, and now tagging up and coming home to score is the runner. Yes, he's going to be there. And Mason Wynn, with a sacrifice fly, brings home the 3rd run for Portland. They will take the lead back again here in the 6th inning. It's 3-2. So we move to the top of the 7th inning now. And here's Pedro Bautista. Doubled his last time up, and he's going to take that changeup and drive it right back up the middle for a single. 2nd hit of the game for him here so far today. And yeah, that was a high changeup grooved there. You got to take advantage of a pitch like that if you are the batter there, and that's a big swing. And they're going to go to the bullpen now again. Reed McDermott is going to come out of the bullpen, and I think this is actually their first pitcher since Reed McDermott came in for Vogelsang, and his numbers this year 4.26 ERA, and he immediately gives up a 2-run homer to Carson Tucker to make it 4-3. Wow, so Akron coming through in the quick manage with a monster home run right there. Now they have the lead. Here's Nick Stedman back up again, 1 for 3 on the day with a single. And now he's going to drive that one down in the outfield in left, and that is only going to be a base hit for Stedman there, but his 2nd of the day, and now it's Robert Ross up again. Of course, had that long home run last time up, and he drives this ball, a 4-seamer, deep to right field, and there it goes! It is gone! Robert Ross, 2nd of the game, 5th of the season, and the lead for Akron is extended. They go up by 3 runs now. It's 6-3 in the 7th inning. 2 straight at-bats, 2 straight innings, 2 home runs in a row for Robert Ross. You know, and his power isn't necessarily his strongest attribute. He's a very well-rounded hitter with not a ton of strengths. I mean, he's just pretty decent at everything when he's up there at the plate, but showing off the power in this game with 2 long balls. Now Zach Eickhoff is at the plate here. He's going to fly this one deep to left field. Left fielder's still moving back. He makes the catch right in front of the warning track. That was actually a great catch out there by the left fielder for the 2nd out. And that will take us top of the 8th inning now. Pedro Bautista up for his 5th at-bat of the game. And he's going to plop that one, a line drive into right. So he gets another hit, his 3rd hit of the day. And now it'll be a man on here. So it's a 6-3 game. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Emmanuel Rodriguez gives up a 2-run homer to Zach Collins. Okay, Portland not out of it yet. 1-run game with Mason Wynn coming up to the plate here. 2-1 count to him. That is a slider, just catching the bottom of the zone. Great great pitch right there by Emmanuel Rodriguez behind in the count. Now Mason Wynn is going to swing, fly this one into right field, and it's caught. Hit well, but caught by the outfielder there, and that will be out number 2. So no runs, no more damage done by Portland in the bottom of the 8th. Now we're in the top of the 9th. Nick Stedman at the plate here. 2-2 to him is a really good hit. Oh, what a catch! A good swing, good contact by Stedman, but an even better, incredible grab out there by the right fielder. Look at this play. Oh my goodness. Fletcher there, I don't know what his first name is, but wow, laying it all out there. You don't see good defense like that in Double-A very often. That was awesome. So now Robert Ross is at the plate, 3 for 4 today, and he pops this one up in the infield. That is caught by the second baseman. Pitch that was way inside, and it jams him. And that'll be the end of the top of the 9th inning here as we go to the bottom half. And in the bottom of the 9th is Maxwell Ojeda, and you don't really see his attributes there, but he is, really good. 19 innings, an A potential closing pitcher right here for this team. 18 saves in 20 opportunities, a 2.33 ERA, 20 and 5 to strikeouts, strikeouts to walks. Maxwell Ojeda, one of the better, younger pitchers, younger closing pitchers here in the Double-A level. And so we're gonna show him trying to shut the door on this game and get his 19th save of the season. He's got Cody Milligan at the plate, and he gets Milligan to swing and miss at a filthy changeup there on the corner. I mean, that pitch, and when it comes out of his hand, it looks so tempting, but it just drops. The bottom drops completely off of it, and it is an almost unhittable pitch in that location. Here's God. Whoever that was at the plate, that is a base hit back up the middle. Zach Geloff. Okay, I tried to, I don't even know what I was trying to say right there, but it just came out jumbled when I did say it. But Zach Geloff gets a base hit, but then immediately gets himself thrown out at second base, trying to steal second. Yikes, okay. He had a pretty terrible jump right there. And, yeah, I mean, that was an easy out right there by Nick Steadman. He did not really, I mean, that was a great throw by Nick Steadman, actually. But, even if it wasn't a great throw, that probably would have still been an out. Now, Pablo Reyes is at the plate. That's a ground ball. I guess it wouldn't matter because that would have been an open play anyway. That ends the game. And that is a shut door. Maxwell Ojeda gets the save. And Akron gets the win here at the Double-A level. So we saw some highlights in that one from some of these prospects here. Unfortunately, not really from our boy, the guy that Joe Vogel was saying, the guy that we wanted to showcase for you in this game. He only got one out before he got drilled on the head by a pitch. I've never actually, I've seen the pitchers get hit in the head with balls right back up to them before in this game. It's been a while since I've seen something like that, though. That was kind of crazy. But we were able to still show you some prospects in this game. Robert Ross had a great day, had a couple of home runs, and Maxwell Ojeda shutting the door down. That was pretty cool to see him get a save in this season here. And I like these Double-A games. I like hopping in to these Double-A games when we have a really good pitching matchup like we did in this episode. And that was something that I didn't really do a lot of last year. I wanted to do that more this season, and I think I've been successful in that. And I think you guys have seen just more prospects showed off in general this season than I did last year for you. I really want to show off a lot of these draft picks. That's kind of because, I mean, I can show off the real-life prospects, and I will continue to do that, but I think showing off the draft picks that we just have had is more important to me in that sense, so you guys can see, okay, we can build some storylines around some of these players. Robert Ross, big day, 2 home runs for him, 21 RBIs for him on the season after that one. And, yeah, good save there by Ojeda. Rollinson, 5 innings, 3 runs allowed. And that ERA is still really high at over 5. But you look at Portland and Zach Geloff, really good day for him, 3 for 5, 280 average after today. Mason Wynn, 0 for 3, but still batting 337 in this one, had an RBI as well. Zach Collins had an incredible day, a home run, 4 RBIs, 3 hits in this one, and there was one more. Oh, Nick Steadman, it was one. I think Nick Steadman had a hit, at least one. I think he had 2 hits in this one. Pedro Bautista had 2 hits as well in this one. So that is going to be the end of this game here in the minors. And before we go, I'm going to kind of highlight, going to get the next episode set up for you guys here as we sim. Joe Vogel saying that injury is not serious at all. Thank goodness. Only a bruised forehead. So unfortunately, I could try and show off his next start, but I don't know if I'm going to actually, I don't end up doing that for you guys. But I'm sure we might see him later on in the season. I do probably want to pitch with him again later on in the season. But for our next episode, I am going to show off this pitching matchup in Double A. This is what we'll start with here. Robbie Roy, Pedro Valsmil, 2 top pitching prospects that are pitching both excellently in Double A right now. At the moment, that's what we'll start with next episode here. And the next episode will be of this custom league. And then we'll return back to NCAA 25 content for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching in this episode, everybody. Thank you again for always your support of this series. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you're having a great week. And God bless.